I don't care what y'all say. I like lunch ladies. I used to like watching the lunch ladies crash out back when Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson, and that other chick was on Fox Soul. I used to love it. I used to watch them faithfully to see the lunch ladies say some of the worst takes of all time. Sometimes, I don't know if y'all have ever been to a comedy show before, but sometimes when you go to a comedy show, you laugh at how dumb they are, at how stupid they are. Improvs are hilarious, right? The slapstick comedy and the improv comedy is sometimes way more funny than seeing an established comedian. Y'all need to start going to local shows. Don't just go to the big shows. Don't just go to the Dave Chappelle's and all of that type of stuff, right? Don't just go to the Kendrick Lamar. I know he just recently announced a new tour. Don't just go to the Drake concert and all of that stuff. Go to the local shows. That junk be lit. Absolutely awesome. And sometimes you laugh at how bad it is, but it's just as entertaining. And that's kind of the way that I see The View. The View recently gave their perspective because they couldn't avoid it. They failed to talk about Kamala Harris's message to her supporters because they knew that it was bad. They failed to accurately cover what was going on in the election and the sentiment of the people of how they losing. They absolutely continue to run in the Victim Olympics, but they could not avoid this because this was the biggest news of the week. And the biggest news was Hunter Biden getting pardoned. All right, so we've been covering this all week, but we want to get their perspective even deeper into what is going on and what the fallout is going to be in the Democratic Party as far as what this is. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me get to the actual show itself. I don't need their intro. I don't need their music. I don't need none of that. I just want to get straight to the intro. They've been having less people on The View, too. It's really interesting.
Because this is the kind of gal she is our former co-host, Abby Huntsman.
I was in my sweatpants, like cleaning up mac and cheese off the floor. And Brian's like, we're in a pinch. I'm like, all right.
Is everybody on
Whoopi's
vacation?
There.
As long as we got Whoopi and Sonny hosting, we good, though.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah. I'm here.
And Sonny's there. Yeah. And Rachel's there. I will say, though, it's kind of like deja vu. Yeah. Trump's president again.
Yeah.
Like, what's changed since I was here last? Really?
Yeah, I feel like maybe I'm just re-going through menopause again. Yeah. I mean, I'm just...
Look at Whoopi's socks. Look at Whoopi's socks. Why Whoopi always look like a high-end homeless person?
Period again. Anyway, also joining us as guest co-host, please welcome back attorney, host of Higher Learning podcast, and former bachelorette, Rachel Lindsay. What's going on?
She looks like she's about 13 years old.
I got the call yesterday, too. I dropped everything to get here. You were in L.A.
Who gave her daddy's suit?
What's going on, Rachel?
Thank you for having me. I got the call yesterday, too. I dropped everything.
What is up? Who's the stylist on The View that keep giving all of these women these oversized suit coats and stuff like that? Who told them that that was the new style? Is there something going on in Fashion Week that I'm not aware of? These chicks is looking like they got on their daddy's suit coat in order to go on an interview, their first interview. What the heck is going on?
What do we get here? You were in L.A., right? I live in L.A., yeah. But when you get the call, you drop it, you come here to share the table with you lovely ladies.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
Is that how that works?
That's exactly how that works.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Well, welcome.
She got
welcome
a big
back.
forehead,
welcome
though.
back.
We like girls with
Let's
big
talk about what's
foreheads.
going on. So President Biden's full pardon to his son Hunter is being met with a strong reaction from the left side of the aisle, too. Take a look.
What other father in America has the power to pardon his son or daughter if they're convicted of a crime?
Yeah, I don't need to tell
them. Acting the way that they do.
Biden did.
American people, I think what is hurtful is denying that if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
Yeah.
He is the president of the United States, and it is his right, and he doesn't have to explain to anybody. This is his right as president. He can pardon, if he wants to pardon Bozo the Clown, he can pardon Bozo the Clown. Yeah. So I'm not sure why people are clutching their pearls while the left is clutching their pearls. Because did y'all forget all the stuff that we said was going on, or that doesn't matter? Because it seems to me, and I had to write it down because I didn't think I would remember it. Yeah. I just want to say, Democrats, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You can't let people tell you you're not taking the moral ground when we take the moral ground all the time.
So let me guess. They're going to compare this to Trump, and they're going to say that they get a pass to lie, be hypocritical, And their entire campaign was built against trying to paint Trump as the bad guy that is not going to do what he said he's going to do. And then keep on saying Trump 2025, Project 2025. For some reason, that just kind of disappeared and went out the window. Nobody is talking about Project 2025 anymore. And they're going to say that, oh, no. You can have the opportunity to lie. You're still the greatest of all time. And that you shouldn't be held accountable for it. Because what about that guy over there? Let me guess. That's what the play is going to be.
We fight for migrant rights, women's rights, gay folks' rights, trans rights, and every time we do, suddenly we're being told, oh, you're on the woke agenda.
Did y'all hear everything that Whoopi just described? I didn't hear anything about what was best for America. I didn't hear anything about women's rights when it comes to preventing men from going in a bathroom. I didn't hear anything about Americans' rights or what's best for America. I didn't hear anything about what's best for UAW workers and steel workers. I didn't hear anything about what makes the most sense as far as lowering costs for everyday people that pay taxes inside the United States of America. Every single thing that she named were things that had nothing to do with the core principles of who we are and what this country is supposed to be established based off of. I didn't hear any of it. They don't even talking about black people no more. Have y'all noticed that? They don't even listen. Let me replay what she just said.
All the time. Mm-hmm. We fight for migrant rights.
People that's not supposed to be here.
Women's rights.
Separating yourself based off of identity and gender politics.
Gay folks' rights.
Things that you can then pick for yourself, and that don't have nothing to do with what you do in your bathroom or in your bedroom. In your bathroom, gotta wipe that butt off. What you do in your bathroom and in your bedroom don't have nothing to do with whether or not we should hire you or not. That has nothing to do with anything.
Trans rights. And
another thing that you choosing to do, and one of the things that Kamala Harris got killed on in her interviews is the fact that she was using taxpayer dollars to do gender reassignment surgery for prisoners. And that's absolutely the dumbest thing that I've ever heard about. Everything that y'all stand on now, okay, so now that Whoopi said that, now do y'all realize why y'all lost? Now do you realize why y'all lost? It could never be more apparent than what she just said to you directly to your face. Everything you fight for has nothing to do with what the majority of 350 million people in this country are suffering from. Everything you fight for has nothing to do with everyday decisions that people are faced with. Has nothing to do with making sure that we got money going into our infrastructure instead of going over to Ukraine and these proxy wars. Have nothing to do with making sure that the people that actually pay taxes here are the ones that's benefiting from what's going on in the federal government, because over in North Carolina, they still suffering. Has nothing to do with making sure that we lower the national debt and we lower prices and we make sure that we preserve jobs. All of that stuff that y'all talking about is stuff that people do that ain't got nothing better to do. It's like a housewife that ain't got nothing better to do, so she gossip all day. People is dealing with real life problems in real world, and y'all still don't get why y'all lost. Dumb.
Every time we do, suddenly we're being told, oh, you're on the woke agenda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Either we are this party and we fight for these things, and you see what's going on and you get why he's decided to do this, or you don't. But
so, for all of you that's in the culture that look at yourself as conservative of how you live your life, but is still wrestling with why you then align yourself with the Democratic Party, she just gave you a synopsis. She just broke it down for you, what they stand for. So, you very well may have been a Clinton Democrat. You very well may have even been an Obama Democrat when he first got in office, not what he did when he left office, but what he stood for when he first got into office. You may very well have been those type of Democrats. But is this the Democratic Party that you signed up for, or is this the Democratic Party that you stand loyal to? just because it's a label, not because that's what it actually stands for, because it doesn't align with what you teaching your children, what you teaching your daughter, what you trying to do for your family, and how you trying to survive when it comes to making money in this economy. Because it's okay. Listen, I switched because this is not my father's Democratic Party. This is not my father's Democratic Party. These are the things that they're fighting for. If you are calling yourself a Democrat today, ask yourself, is these the values and the things that you want to fight for and the principles that you stand for? That's all I'm saying. We got to do a self-check. Got to do a self-check.
You don't go out and chew up other Democrats. This is a big problem, I feel, as a Democrat.
That's what's been so troubling to me, sort of this internal firing squad. It's been really bothering me. And what's also been bothering me is, well, Joe Biden should have stuck to what he said. He should have stuck to his promise. He lied. Let's just take a little refresher course.
Let me guess, we're going to blame it on Trump again.
I don't think that he was lying. Anna Navarro spoke to Joe Biden, and he had every intention not to pardon his son. But once he realized that President-elect Trump is going to be on a revenge tour, there were changing circumstances. He became...
What? He got convicted under your presidency.
The pragmatic president that we always knew.
Oh,
now let's talk about lying. And I also had to write it down because I couldn't remember. The Washington Post indicates that President-elect Trump made false or misleading claims a total of 30,573 times over 4 years. Just in August 2024, NPR clocked him at 162 lies during a news conference. October 24th, CNN clocked him 40 separate lies in only 2 Pennsylvania speeches. So if we want to talk about lying, let's talk about that and stop this pearl clutching about Joe Biden's life.
This is what's wrong with politics, though, right? I mean, it's like, how far down the bottom of the barrel can we go? It's like,
there is no barrel.
Two wrongs don't make a right, though. Two wrongs don't make a right. And I think what people are saying with Hunter specifically is what they hate about politics. Right? They hate the fact that you can be in these political circles, this elite world, and somehow you're above the law. I don't care who you are. None of us are above the law, and pardons have happened throughout history. So he can do what he wants. You're exactly right. I think the problem is this has been baked for some time, and there's this trend where there were a lot of people that felt a bit gaslit with the way they handled the...
Oh, they got another logical person on there that's sitting between Whoopi and Sonny Hostin that actually is substantiating her argument. I like this woman already.
Inner circle of the Biden team handling his health, how they communicated that. They felt like they weren't as honest. And then you have this, it kind of... I have to just point something out.
But do they hate it that much since they voted the guy in that lied like 40,000 times?
Look, I think that story is, people have made their choice about Trump. They know the good, they know the good, bad, and the ugly. Last time I saw Biden was at this table, and it was when he was announcing he was running. And I can't help but think about how different that moment was and how different that mood was. He said, I'm going to bring this country together. I'm going to get Trump out of office. I'm going to be the palate cleanser that this country desperately needs.
Save the soul of a nation.
What breaks my heart is for a man that has served most of his life, he is going out in one of the worst ways. You are sandwiched between Trump years. You are now pardoning your son from criminal activity. You were ousted by your own party. This is not what he wants his legacy to be. You think he's sitting there thinking, this is how I'm going to be remembered. This is the way I'm going to be written about.
But I think the issue, too, is that we're missing, once again, the forest for the trees. I think we're focusing on the wrong thing. The thing is that we continue to put our faith in politicians, and every single time you do that, they will let you down. I think that what we need to be focusing on are the policies, and we need to hold people, or our politicians, accountable for that. I think that when it comes to what we need to be focusing on, we need to move on. We need to pick up the pieces from this election, and then I think we need to regroup and focus on the next 4 years. I don't think we need to be worrying about the fact that he is pardoning Hunter Biden. I don't think that would have changed how the public views politicians at all. If he did decide to not pardon him, we would still feel the same way.
Get Captain Big Head off the stream. She nervous anyway. She might be a little bit nervous. She got her talking points together. Her voice is a little shaky, a little raspy. I get it. I understand what's happening. The fact of the matter is the public do feel gaslit. They were gaslit. You did lie. And you're not going to sit here and point the finger at somebody else and try to distract us away from what you said and what you did. And more importantly, as the details come out, why did you pardon him? Not just for the crimes that he got convicted for, but for the last 10, 11 years when you was vice president of the United States of America. And because nobody wants to have the uncomfortable conversation and nobody wants to hold these Democrats accountable because for whatever reason, y'all think that they're above the law, even though they never even explained why they brought a bunch of migrants over here in the first place, why we are participating in these proxy wars in the first place, why they continue to not talk to Putin and find some level of diplomacy while at the same time trying to reduce the amount of money that we spending on things that we don't need. But y'all still look at them as the party of honesty, decency, and bringing people together. So, my resident lunch lady show. Always enjoy listening to the lunch ladies.